Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where it's time to get honourable once again with Moven Gerger Jones and her crew.
How's the barricade coming?
Got some talking to do today, some exploring to do. Busy day really. I mean every day is a busy day.
Last night's best bargains right here.
It's enough out of you, Massus. What's going on in here?
I don't know if he'll ever recover.
But we do know that
It's
anyone
Floric.
who goes-
He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet.
Hello.
We believe the cultists have taken Duke Ravengard to Moonrise Towers. I don't suppose you found a way in.
Not yet.
I trust you'll do everything you can to free your father. But, in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldur's Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them.
Holy shit. That's my old boss. The guy who sold me to Zariel.
You know the name Gortash, a councillor with considerable influence on Baldurian industry and politics. But he is no lord.
What are the Steel Watch?
The Steel Watch are the future of warfare. Gondian automatons that can be sent into battle without risking any lives. Except those of our enemies. Lord Gortash had only completed work on the prototypes before Ravengard and I left for Elturel, but even they were formidable. With the Steel Watch at our backs, we can storm the tower whatever Ketheric throws at us, I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
She didn't seem that surprised that we showed up here. I was expecting, at the very least, hello again, Will.
Yes.
But we didn't get one.
Jaheira gives me reason to think other.
Now, Carla, you know this Gortash fellow?
So Gortash is a lord now. I'd like to clap eyes on this Steel Watch of his. I never really told you the story of me and Gortash, did I? Let me set the stage. The year, Tenir. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Gortash. I respected him so much at the time. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus.
Heard of her.
She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. I never found out what Gortash got in exchange. This is the kind of man who gets a title. Authority. Makes me sick.
Me too. A man like that has no place in power.
No. But they always seem to get it, don't they?
Well, let's give him a good fisting. That'll sort him out. Now, what's going on with this art colour fellow?
Flame Colour. That's your name, isn't it? Art Colour? I'm Fistula.
Nathaniel and me climbing up a tree.
That's a
We-
terrible song.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell. yet it has not broken.
That name you mentioned, Thaniel. Who's that?
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing over and over, ever since we found him.
The song, have you heard it before?
No, not till I met Art, anyway. It seems to be all he remembers.
I'll see what I can discover.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So we've got a mission to wake up Art Colour. Couple more chats and then we'll hit the road. We should probably speak to Jaheira, for example. It would be polite.
Don't want... Please. Be welcome. Have a drink. Oh, my gods. To your very good health.
You'll have to pardon my friend Karlach. She's very excited to meet you.
Yeah. I mean... It's an honor, milady.
I will gladly drink to your health as well, Karlach.
I think we should chug the wine, you know. It seems to be a thing we'd do.
Bottoms up. Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People
I'm not
tend
well
to
over a
lose
century
more
old.
than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it?
It's trying to change me, to win me over, but I'm resisting its temptations.
You want to deny the parasite has any sort of hold on you, but somehow you can't. Jaheira spots your confusion, and her eyes narrow.
It's the wine. I added a herb to your cup that betrays your lie. Look around you.
Was that really a lie?
Good men, good women. Stranded here, 2 feet in the grave. If we're to survive, I have no choice but to trust you. Can I?
You can trust me.
Good. Because I'll cross your heart myself if you break it. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
Well, if he's back, perhaps you should have hit him harder in the first place.
Believe me, he was well and truly dead. I locked his corpse in the Thorn Mausoleum myself. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketheric Thorn live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope.
I'm trying my best to be.
Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketheric is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
Ketheric's days are numbered. I'll make sure of it.
Without a cure for your infection, your days are numbered too. Yet you selflessly offer to spend them fighting alongside us. I like you.
Yay.
I promise I will do everything I can to make sure you survive this. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Getheric's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet. Before you go, there's somebody else you should meet. You're not our only secret weapon. Isabel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
I already have a lantern that protects me from the darkness.
I'm sure it's very fine. But lanterns have a tricky habit of going out when you need them. Let's not spurn what few gifts the gods choose to give us, hmm?
Maybe we will. Roland, why are you shouting?
There's another bottle of Arabellan Dry back there. Put it on the bar, then piss off and leave me alone.
Jaheira said we should serve drinks, but that we shouldn't serve drunks.
Jaheira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists. I did.
Kid's right, you need to lay off the liquor.
It's you. Don't you get tired of telling people how to live their lives? If you're here to save the day again, you're a little late this time.
Cheer up, Roland. No need to be glum.
Is that a joke? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I was ready to cut and run back at the Grove, but you had other ideas. Carl and Leo are taken in by your crap. You convinced them to play hero, and now they're gone.
That's unfortunate. I guess it's my responsibility to bring him back then.
They're my responsibility. You go save the world, or your own arse, or whatever it is you do. I'll fix this.
Maybe sober up first. It might help.
Last night's best bargains, right here.
Hello, Murkon. We're just all going to stand here for a moment until someone notices the floorboard.
What's that?
Nice one, Karlach.
I missed that.
I don't know if we need the snowburst ring, but we'll take it nonetheless.
Among the cultists, Mom.
And now it's time to head out, I think.
Seems that way.
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the
Make our way
finest
down
stuff.
towards the town. All being well, we have cleared the path, and there's no fights between us and where Roland is going to need a rescue. May as well turn on some lights while we go. Why not? It can't hurt. Yeah, there is another waypoint somewhere down here, isn't there? I don't know exactly where it is though, so we won't worry if we don't come across it. And then traps? Yeah, I guess there was a trap. Any reason to come in here? I mean, there's a trunk with very little of use in it. Ah, the traveller's chest. Karlach, would you like to have a go at that? Bonus 12. Makes everything pretty much doable. It's the Ring of Twilight. You gain a bonus to armor class whilst obscure. So who's going to be needing that the most? Mo's going to spend a lot of this act with the Blood of Lathander, so maybe not. Could be more useful for Gale than a Ring of Invisibility. He's going to be hanging back from fights, so he's more likely to be obscured than anyone else, probably. And there's a bridge we could take to get possibly to another waypoint, if we're lucky. You get a bit of XP just for coming over here. Looks like we've got a bit of a way to go to level 8. Might be best to avoid any more legendary fights until we get there. There's a reasonable amount of other fights around the place that should keep us busy, I would think. smouldering flames down here.
Something over there.
Ooh, dirt man though. Let's get distracted.
I thought he had better sense than this.
And here he is, friend Roland. Getting into all sorts of bother. We kind of ran over some fire there. But I think that's okay. It's probably foolish, but... Oh, we've done it again. Yeah. Let's get our affinity to flames on the go. And then Karlach maybe can get down here without running into any fire and making a fool of herself.
Gods damn it all! I can do nothing right! Not a damn thing!
Please tell me you weren't looking for Moonrise.
So what if I was? Cal and Leah could be there. Instead, I found myself cornered by shadow fiends and in need of rescue. From you, of all bloody people.
That's what we do. Should we have left you to die?
At least dead I'd have had a purpose. Perhaps as an appetizer for some cursed monster. I failed Cal and Leah again. Be on your way. I'll return to Last Light. I know when I'm outmatched.
It's probably for the best, you know. Because if I hadn't come down here and found you, and you'd gone through towards Moonrise,
trying to aid the wounded in the battle against the Sharans.
you would have found that there was
so many.
a stronger form of curse over there, which would ruin your day. So yeah, you shuffle off, Roland. We'll come up this way and try and find that other waypoint. We're going to be making Act 2 more difficult for ourselves than it needs to be. Because there's at least 3 of the legendary bosses down here that we could just talk to and get them to off themselves if we felt like it. But no. We're going to be a hero and we're going to fight them all in a relatively fair fashion. Can everyone jump across there, or is that too far? Wait, have we been here before? Is this where we found the outhouse? It is. I mean, yeah, the map clearly shows we've been here before, so maybe it's up there that we're looking. I'm sure there's another one over here somewhere. Ruined battlefield or something of that nature. Shadowed battlefield. And now we've found that, let's go back to Rethwin Town. Or Breithwin? Breithwin? The town. Let's go back to the town. And let's make our way to Moonrise. A lot of stuff we can kill in Moonrise. A lot of XP that can be gathered.
Moonrise Towers lies ahead.
We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power is strong here.
Yeah. But there's a punch up here. So how's this going to go down? We'll march in and smack this bugger about. Nice. Get cold. Not bad.
One more word.
Now Karlach. Do you want to do a little bounce over those guys?
Covered.
And then ping a couple of shots at that one? And maybe teleport a bit closer to Mo, just to stay in the light. What are you lot up to? You're coming around to get blinded, maybe? Okay, Karlach managed to do a bit of radiant damage to that one. That's nice. Now, Will, your movement range once again appears to be pretty pathetic. But we do want you in the action because you've got that sick new hammer, haven't you? That's going to absolutely smash people. So yeah, you stand next to that bugger. Gale, do you want to light some folks up? We probably don't need to spend spells on this fight. Why is that one so weak compared to the others? Probably doesn't matter. We'll give him a smack. Down they go. Then we'll keep working on that one as well. Blind is really not doing these guys any favours, as you might expect.
On the victor's path.
So Will, what can you do with that? 8 and 4. 12 damage. That's close to the minimum that you can actually do, because yeah, got 2 from the acid as well, so 14 damage, but still not amazing. That's a bit better. I expect great things from you in this act, Will. Now that shadow's pretty feeble actually, so maybe let's smack that up a bit with Mo. And then yeah, Call the Weak will trigger again. Ranged attack hits. I can't have that. So that one's going down, so we'll switch Gale to this bugger. Big numbers. We like those. And there we go, jobs are good. Not a whole lot of loot on these guys that's worth collecting. But that's never stopped us before. Now we could find our way in here if we interrogated the right panels. So that's middle. That's first. Which means this must be last. Excellent. Gale gets a bonus for that. Now, Shadowheart can do the things down here. Can the rest of the crew do the things down here? There's like a charisma check, maybe a wisdom check as well. None of our crew's particularly wise. And you do get decent buffs from it.
Not even a whiff of cursing here. It's nice to breathe easy.
Yeah, it is.
Have to keep going.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone can pass these tests.
Do you accept Shah's test of your intellect?
No. We're an idiot. Who is our smartest character? Is it Karlach? None of our crew are really about intellect or wisdom. They're all just about smashing things up.
Do you accept Shah's test of your intellect?
Karlach can give it a go. I've no idea what the role requires. Well, we could bless. What else are we going to use the spell slot for? Jeez. That's a fail.
Your insides seem to churn uneasily. You feel strangely rejected, strangely unwelcome.
Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's not that unfortunate, because now we've got a punch up. And we like those. But Karlach has also got a -5 penalty to intelligence until finishing a long rest. Her int is now 5. Jeez. These guys have actually got good stats. Yeah, they've all got hundreds of HP. I wasn't expecting this. Might be time to bust out some spells. Yeah, we'll churn through that HP pretty quick if we feel like it. I don't know how much damage they're going to do to us. I'm hoping not too much.
Forever dauntless.
Divine Smite? The second Divine Smite? Oof. Now that's damage. And we gained XP. So this is promising. You stand there, Will. Cloak of Shadow, so you're turning invisible. You're a charismatic sentinel. But they're all different. I wasn't paying enough attention to the first one. First one was intelligence, so yeah. So maybe we're not going to get another chance to pass these tests. Branding Smite? Oh no, I forgot to click on it, so we can't do it. It's weird that you have to click on it and then click again before you can do it. I'm not a fan. Either way, we're building up some arcane acuity. +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and spell difficulty class for each remaining turn. So now we're getting +10 to our attack rolls for spells. It's pretty radical. Now, can we make it round there? We can. Why are we blinded all of a sudden? I don't like this. Stop missing things, Will. Good lad. Okay, did that one not even move? Do we want to be hit by inflict wounds? It's generally a very strong spell. Okay, even with a counter spell, it still hits. I don't understand why this is the case for a lot of our spells. Counterspell just seems to fail on them. Is it because we psionic reacted to it first? I don't know. Stop being blinded, Garlic. Branding Smite, range and melee. That's why you got two versions. There we go, get branded. Now you can't turn invisible again. We've got this fight in the bag, really. So Gale can just go back to cantrips. Mo has got disadvantage because of the blindness. Doesn't stop it smacking it up. And then Will, you're not blind. Which means maybe you could finish it with a regular attack, but it's more likely we'll need a Divine Smite. And it's a natural 1, okay. Oh, nice. Sneak attack crit, yeah. Wonderful. Everything down here is dead. We've picked up a shield. Give us a bit more AC. Then we've picked up a bunch of gubbins that we don't really need. But that's fine. So are we, at this point, able to try the trials again with someone else? And if we fail, do we have another punch-up? It seems like that Shah is not happy with us.
Statue offers you nothing but silence. Whatever secrets it may guard will remain hidden.
Very well. And yeah, it looks like all the statues are pretty unhappy. Maybe this middle one's not.
The statue looms silently. Whatever hidden purpose it has will remain a secret.
Okay, they're all pretty grumpy with us. Fine. Keep your secrets then, Shah. Behind that blindingly obvious hidden door. We got XP, and that's probably the best thing that we could hope for. I mean, the buffs might have been nice, but so be it. What's our next goal then? Where else can we get waypoints? Oh! It's Arabella.
Me! Arabella! Answer me, please.
We'll answer you. Hello.
Hey! I know you. You're... Twist 'em up.
Blimey.
Hey, that's Arabella. Kid from the Druid's Grove. That snake woman nearly did her in. Looks like she's learned a thing or two.
Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me.
That's a powerful spell. Where'd you learn to do that?
That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly.
Mostly. What are you doing out here anyway? It's not safe.
I was looking for Mum and Pops. When Zevlor... When he... Well... There was an ambush. Mum yelled run, so we ran. I could hear him run behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it.
Of course we will. You can count on me.
Thanks, miss. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you. Just till you find Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it.
Of course you can stay. Yeah, we'll offer you shelter.
Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero lady.
Yeah, we're a hero. Now, off goes Arabella. Off goes the camera on its own little mission. And it's time for another dust-up. So can we reach one of these to sneak attack when we can? Not much of a fight, but it's good honest work. Another 180 XP.
What's that?
What is that? I was too busy looking at my XP to see how close we were to level 8. True Love's Caress. One of a magical pair of rings. So the wearers can give each other warding bond. Bonded by love, the wife's diary. Okay, during the 5th year of their marriage, the parents became ill, her parents, and their bond was resilient enough to survive. That's good to hear. Grated iron doors. Any treasure behind them? I mean, technically it's grave robbing, but who out here needs the contents right now? It's us, that's it. Oh no, it's Boots of Feigned Death. We are never going to use those. But we can flog them to the House of Healing. It's just around and about.
Boots have seen everything.
Oh, there's a way in. Oh, we snuck in through the side. We find Sister Lidwin.
Don't call the doctor yet. I've got potions, sutures. I know I can do this. Oh, you're a patient. This is the children's ward. Triage is back that way.
His corpse. It's Arabella's father. The horror of his end I daren't contemplate.
So you've got medical supplies on hand. Can you spare any?
I will sell you what I can, once I've stabilized the patient.
Why are you treating a dead body anyway?
Not dead, merely medicated, to ease the pain.
Let's give the corpse a little poke.
I see movement. The patient's awake. Hello? Can you hear me?
And now that's sorted. Shopping?
Not much left now, but you're welcome to look.
Healing potions could be welcome. We don't appear to have many about our person. Probably not much else we need, but maybe we could sell some stuff. We can use Will to
Now, if you'll
do that.
excuse me, I've got to tend to my patient.
Or maybe we just kill her and take her gold, because, yeah, things haven't gone well for these guys. If we do attack her, though, is Will going to break his oath if he gets the kill?
You picked a fight. The consequences are hardly surprising.
Maybe is the answer. Maybe we'll just see if we can deal with the bugger before Will gets a go. It's looking good. Yeah, wonderful. And so yeah, we'll just snatch everything. Why not? Locke had nothing on him. Chimera had nothing on her. Not really a surprise. But at least we know what to tell Arabella now. And we got the main room, which looks... well, it doesn't look as though things have gone well in here for anybody at any point.
Moving in.
And out this side, we've got another rumble. So should we start it with a sneak attack of some sort? It's often the best bet. So maybe it's fisting time. Surprise, friends. Now, Mo. Can he reach anyone? Not really. Suppose we could dash. Get some temporary HP in the process. Let's get right in there, see if we can't blind people. Yeah, everyone's looking fairly blind. That's good.
Always be a gentleman.
Now, I could have possibly thrown a fireball in first. That would have been fun. But I still could. I could drop one in there. Just whittles down the targets a little bit. Camera's having troubles again. And then Karlach, you can cunningly dash, right? This will let you get in and stab someone up. And then we can teleport if we need to, but it looks as though, no, we've got enough movement to get where we need. Yeah. You chomp things, Shovel. Now, everyone else is surprised, so Will can still not reach everyone. Because he's the worst, but he's got a bow. And he's frightened, that Wraith. How does one frighten a Wraith? I'm glad he did, but how does that work? So... let's deal with that bugger. I do want the Wraith down. Maybe we'll save Mo because of Colder Week. And instead we will use Karlach for some good damage. Is Mo likely to cull it at this stage? Probably. No, she didn't. What a pain. Gale, you can definitely finish it off though, right? 14. We could do a Scorching Ray. How much does each ray do at level 2? 2 to 12. So let's do a couple on it. One of them missed, of course it did. The crossbow bolt saves the day. And now with that done, Mo can move back across there. So she's the primary target for anyone. Aw, shovel. You'll pay for that. And some of these buggers are now saving against blindness. We don't like that. Get cold. And just get killed. Karlach brings the big numbers once again. Potentially we could finish that one off. Yeah, heck with it. I was going to say we could move around and stab that one and then finish it off with Gale's crossbow bolt, but I don't think it matters very much in the long run. And bam, a crit. Wipes out the last of this crew. So what's next? Maybe we pop back to camp and speak to people quickly. There's folks back here who will want to know what's going on with things.
The Shadow Curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
There's a flaming fist at last light. Curse has left him insensible, but he's muttering about a boy called Thaniel.
He is? Then I must see him. Insensible or not, he knows something. Thaniel is no ordinary child. He is the very spirit of this land. If this fist knows where he is, then perhaps we can save him. Save everything. I will go to see him at once. Join me when you can.
Excellent. That's one job done. Halsin wanders off again. And job number 2 is break the news to Arabella.
Hey you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops?
I'm afraid I did. Well, I found their corpses.
No. No. I don't believe you.
I'm very sorry, Arabella.
It isn't true. It isn't. Get away from me. Go.
With us, I'll leave that one up to you, mate. Give us some time to process the news, perhaps. So what else we got around this house of healing? Bunch of tombstones. Not much in the way of robbable graves. An oak door. It's very sturdy. How sturdy is it? Not sturdy enough. Karlach could easily have picked that lock, but sometimes you just gotta get your hands dirty, you know? And we've got some medical texts. Only with sacrifice is mastery gained. There should come a time for one final lesson where the master becomes the subject. We could consider that as an option at some point, but I have other plans that don't involve getting the nurses to kill the master. The poisoner's gloves. If you deal poison damage, the target needs to succeed a throw or become poisoned. Even with our poisonous necklace, that's probably not amazingly useful for us.
Kethric's Dark Justicius from a bygone era.
Where? Are we under attack? Oh, up here, I guess. Oh, it's
Our
this prick.
hero thought but of treasure ahead, did not consider the peace of the dead. Through the dark she went creeping, and awoke what was sleeping. A new grave they dug, which she herself fed.
Ooh, spooky.
I'm not afraid of the dark.
This is no night you can sleepwalk through, somnambulist. You must be wide awake to survive. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead.
I can handle myself, Raphael.
Intrepid as ever. It would be pointless of me to try to bar you from entering. But I can set the scene, as it were. Prepare you for your role.
I know my role. Kill Ketherick.
Ah, I had an inkling that was one of your main motivators. Delighted to see it confirmed. You're welcome to give it your best shot, of course. It's just that, well, the man has proven to be more or less resilient to death, which is not the only obstacle you're likely to face.
How do you even know there's danger ahead?
My dear friend, I think you'll find I play my part in many a plot indeed. Cannot the same be said for you these days, true soul?
Yeah, just cut to the chase, will you?
I already did. If, through the dark, you go creeping and awake what is sleeping, chances are many more graves than yours alone will soon be fed.
Enough of your jibber-jabber, be gone.
As you wish. I'll be pleased to follow up on your little escapades in your camp one of these nights. Should you live to tell your tale, that is. Until then, adieu.
Some vague warnings, but that's about it. And quests appear to be updating. So what did we update there? Kill Raphael's old enemy. He didn't actually tell us of a nemesis of his. Really? Not in so many words. And I don't think Astarian's ever mentioned that he had questions either. So, yeah. Checkpoint though. We like those.
Anything of use?
And then perhaps, let's see, Dirt Mound, always good. We'll have time for another rumble, which, yeah, it's probably not going to get us to the next level, but there are a lot of enemies in it, so maybe, just maybe. It does seem highly unlikely though, because none of the enemies are particularly strong. Get shot. And sneak attacked. Wonderful. We've got many Kuatua to fight. So this should be fun. Which one did we just ping? That one. Excellent. It dead. It's very dark though, so we want Mo to move in sooner rather than later, I feel. Can she reach one of them? Maybe. They're cursed and they can be blinded. Good. But alas. Now they're probably too close, but they are blinded, so let's just give them a bit of that. Gale. We could use thingamajig, scorching rays and whatnot, but I don't think we need to. That's done most of the job. And we got our Dark One's blessing to pop off. gain a bit of temporary HP. And the lightning charges have actually electrified some water down there as well, which makes life even more fun. Yeah, these guys don't really like electrical damage. Oh, come on, Will. At the very least you can shoot the bugger then. Why not? And they're all surprised. Except for the chief. I guess he's got alert. Must have. So let's get Karlach to just shoot another one. Yeah, I don't think we want to be walking on electrified water if we can possibly avoid it. So we'll just do some damage from range against those guys. And then Gale can once again Ignis the bugger. Possibly for less damage because of the fact they're drenched. I should have considered that maybe. Oh no, that just means their melee attacks inflict wet on the target. But it does have fire resistance and lightning and cold vulnerability. So maybe we want to be using Ray of Frost. But we do also want to build up Arcane Acuity, so maybe it's a balance. And you can get wrecked. Good. We'll get out of the electrified water if we can.
2 steps at a time.
And now what are this lot going to do? Ah, they're immune to electrocuted. So lightning damage to them doesn't really help us. It only helps them. Does Gale? Yeah. He does, doesn't he? Or emergency situations like this. Oh no, we haven't given him cold lightning. What the heck? Maybe we'll get around to that at some point. He does have Cloud of Daggers. Where can we drop that? Camera, you're not helping once again. Yeah, Cloud of Daggers. That'll keep some of them occupied for now. And that one's dead. So, should we get Mo in to start blinding the buggers? Yeah, this will help. And then, what do we want to do about that one at the back? Should we just ignore it? No, I didn't really mean to light that fire, but that's fine. It hasn't affected our ability to get 2 attacks off. Should have done a sneak attack manually there, so I could have added bees to it as the reaction, but that's okay. And then we don't want you to run into the Cloud of Daggers, to be honest. But it seems like you're not running into it there. Okay, you were. The fact that the line didn't turn red made me assume that you were not. Shows what I know. But that's outstanding damage. So, well done. And that one is trying to sneak up on us. And now they're getting moves off. Not particularly well because of all the blindness. And there goes the chief. So Karlach, do you want to deal with that one? Maybe? Given as it continues to approach. Can we knock it back into the water, perhaps? Would that even help, though, or would it just pop back up? Because we know what these buggers tend to be like for being immune to drowning and such. I think there's another one. Bounce over here. Smack that one. Gale, do you want to help out with this one that's hiding down here in the darkness? Yes, you do. And then do you want to ping one of these just because they're more visible? Good.
On the victor's path.
I will. Okay, you got electrocuted, but it only did damage. Is that all it does? I was worried it might stop us from using actions or something along those lines, but no, it seems fine. Karlach takes a hit, knocks the guy in his ass. So... this one's also a chief. I didn't realise there were multiple chiefs amongst this pile. But that's fine. Karlach will deal with it very quickly by the look of things. Will, do you want to go first? Dang. And he has leveled up. Sweet. Well done, Will. Yeah, we'll take some electrocution. And now everyone's leveling up. Amazing. So what to do? Yeah, Ray of Frost. Dang, that's damage. And then that guy just dies. Okay. So before anyone moves, cancel that cloud of daggers, please. Good lad. We've earned ourselves a lightning jabber. When thrown at enemies, it deals extra lightning damage, and on a hit, possibly shocks targets. Cool. We'll just have a quick loose of everyone in the vicinity. Ah, second lightning jabber. So I guess there are two chiefs only on honor mode, because I've never seen two chiefs here before. I've never got two lightning jabbers before. But we have today. We'll have a quick rest.
And here I go.
And here we go. Back to Last Light. We'll definitely have stuff to do here at Last Light next time. Chatting to Roland, chatting to Halsin and such. But before we go, let's do some level ups. So Mo is taking a second level of Rogue. She's getting the Cunning actions. So Cunning Dash means she'll basically be able to get 10 temporary HP every turn as a bonus action because of her Stallion abilities. Karlach takes her third level in Rogue, and she's going to become an Arcane Trickster. Which means, most importantly, she gets Booming Blade, which is going to make her melee attacks even stronger. But she can also get something else as well. I don't think there's anything she specifically needs, but we didn't take anyone with Friends, did we? And I've learned now that Friends isn't terribly bad in honor mode. You just want to generally run away from people before they realise that you've enchanted them. So maybe we'll take Friends. And then what have we here? Nothing particularly thrilling. We don't really need to disguise ourselves at any point. Tasha's maybe. Maybe disguise self. Is it ever going to be useful? Maybe. More useful than any of the other spells, which probably won't hit things because they've just got too many hit points. And then from her expanded spell slots, I think Shield. Will continues down the path of the Paladin, and he gets the Aura of Warding. He and nearby allies only take half damage from spells. That's pretty good. We like this. Protection from poison. I don't think we've already got that on anyone, have we? So if we want to continue our path of buffing ourselves with buffs that will last, then maybe we keep that on our bar. Gale gains a new spell of level 4. Wall of Fire? Maybe. We are going to use area denial spells in a few different fights, probably. So maybe we take that. And then maybe let's change out Cloud of Daggers. And bring in... Let's bring in Knock. It has its uses, for sure. Now, how are we looking? Yeah, no one's got protection from poison on them yet, so... Will? How many spell slots you got? You've got one left.
Right here.
Well, if you could use that. Mo is now protected from poisons. Wonderful. And that will definitely do it for today. We'll be back next time, chat some people in Last Light, go out and get into some more fights. We might have to run into some legendary fights now, just because we're not leveling up again for a while. But I guess we'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.